Hello, my friends. My name's Michelle. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's so nice to have you guys join me again. Today, we are going to do a WIP and Chat. I am currently trying to finish up Santa's Surprise by Randall Spangler and Diamond Art Club. For the Dragonlings and Books event on Facebook, as well as for Christmas in July and Radiant in Red. So, there we go. Getting all of that. Finishing up, July's events so that we can get ready for Oz and Og. I also need to complete the summer portion of my Dragon Seasons by Emma Casey. That one I think I'm going to work on with you guys. That will be my, I'll pull it out once a week and do a WIP and Chat. I will work on it off camera as well, just because I think if I only work on it once a week, I don't think I'll get it done before summer's over because, I got kind of a late start. It came in a couple of weeks ago, which is fine. I'm not complaining about, shipping time or anything like that. But I don't want to wait and start with fall. I do want this to be, a longer project. I want it to take, all 4 seasons. But I'm also really excited to have it and to work on it. So I don't want to wait until fall gets here in order to be able to start. So I'm getting kind of a late start with summer, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and make that one work, and then I will work on it more as a WIP and Chat um, with you guys, as the seasons progress. Because with doing events and just canvases I want to do and things like that, that seems to be the best way to manage getting everything done and not feeling completely overwhelmed. Now, I did get a microphone. One of the suggestions that you guys made was that I speak up. I generally get to do these videos either really early in the morning or really late at night. This happens to be one of the exceptions that I'm doing it at 8:30, which is not, super, super late. My husband is running one of the kiddos. He picked her up from work and he's running her over to a friend's. Uh, they're gonna do each other's hair. And I love how just absolutely teenagery that is. Um, and then big news, the kiddo that is going to go do the hair thing. She is my middle kiddo. And she uh, got her driver's permit on Friday. She has her first driving lesson with the driver's school Monday. And then I told her once she had her first lesson or so, she could start doing a lot of the the driving, like when we take her to work and bring her home and things like that. So, got to start getting those hours in. So she is super, super excited, and we are super excited for her. It's such a rite of passage to get your driver's permit and to be able to, um, you know, just that process. So super, super excited for her. Uh, let's see what else is going on. My littlest, or I shouldn't say littlest, my youngest, she is not little anymore. She's an 11-year-old. Um, does anybody else do that? Like with their baby, or their last kiddo? Is it a near constant need to remind oneself that they are not actually a baby anymore, and that you do need to treat them in an age appropriate way? Um, because, not babies. If it's just me, that's okay. You can tell me. Uh, I am not a parent that gets overly like emotional, like, oh, my oldest is graduating, or my baby's graduating, or like I like when they meet those milestones, um, because that's what they're supposed to do. Yet our job is not to raise kids that want to live in our homes forever. Our job is to raise children who want to go out into the world and be good citizens. And so, like kids going to school for the first time or getting their driver's license, like I'm happy for them. I'm excited. I'm all of those things. I just don't get teary eyed or emotional or sad because they're growing up. Like, I feel that's what they're supposed to do. So, again, maybe it's just me, and that's okay. If you hear that in the background, I do apologize. That's just my dogs asking to come inside. And since I'm filming, I'm like, no, y'all need to chill outside for a little bit, because they like to bark and things when I'm trying to film. They're like children. They know when like get on the phone or what have you, and they kick up a fuss. So, uh, yeah, I don't get overly emotional when, kids are doing the things they're supposed to be doing. I think it's a good thing. Uh, mm, did I not get that one? Okay, well, let me grab that one. I don't know. It just seems weird because I have all these parents around me that are like, crying for various events in their kids' lives, and I am not that. So anyway, my youngest is wanting to redo her bedroom. She wants a stitch bedroom. So we have, for her birthday, we let her have, like a little online shopping spree. We gave her the limitations, and we reminded her, like, okay, these are the things that you need for your room. Um, if you have budget left over, you can get, other stuff that you might quote unquote want, but you've got to get the necessities first. And she did an amazing job, picking out the things for her room. And so that stuff is scheduled to come in soon ish. Um, so we're, in the process of trying to help her get, stuff out of her room that's not necessary to have in there, so that she, can make it a big kids room. The other thing that we're doing is that she doesn't like traditional beds. She will obviously sleep in them, but they're not her favorite. She, I don't know if it's sensory. I don't know if it's, um, you know, height issues, if it's fear of falling out of the bed, if it's just trauma from, um, early childhood. She came to us when she was 26 months old. Sorry about that. Um, my husband came home and uh, kiddo came out, and we just, had some family time. I continued working while, during the pause. So back to where we were. Um, so she had 26 months of living, very differently than the way that we live. And so, oh, I just bumped the camera. Sorry about that. Um, I don't know sometimes when her likes and dislikes, where they come from. But regardless, she is not a huge fan of regular beds. And so, one of the things that we are going to do for her, well, I shouldn't say going to do, we have done, is that we ordered her one of the adult dog beds. Hopefully, she loves, that sort of plush. She loves that cocoony type feel. She, does have some um, ADHD kind of things going on. And so sometimes, that comes with various other mental health needs. And so she loves that kind of feel. So I'm hoping that that also helps her, enjoy her room differently and allows for, good sleep hygiene where she can, snuggle in and get good, restful sleep. Um, especially as she's growing and she's getting to that age where, she needs that developmental type sleep. Um, Not that she hasn't always needed it, and not that we haven't attempted to cater to those needs in other ways. This is just our latest attempt. So she's very excited about that. We also found she's very into Stitch, and we found a anti-anxiety, like it breathes with her and mimics, it's got like a sound machine in it and um, some little like nightlight type properties and things like that. We found that in both Stitch and Angel. So that should be something that uh, helps her, at least. We hope it is. Because one of the things that she doesn't like about her room is that she feels very alone and she can't hear us at night. Uh, Despite the fact that her bedroom is just right across the hall from ours. Um, and so hopefully with this machine that will help negate some of those issues. So that will be kind of a big deal as well because she is getting very self conscious over the fact that, like, right now she has a twin bed in our room. So she is allowed to sleep in our room, but not in our bed. Um, and so, she's getting self-conscious about that because she is getting older, and she knows that her friends don't do that, and things like that. And so it's causing her some anxiety, but she does not have the ability at this point to put herself to sleep because her anxiety and her racing thoughts and her brain just kind of get in the way. So hopefully we will find the magic potion that lets her you know sleep on her own, um, which will be really exciting for her because I know, like I said, she's getting self-conscious about it, and we don't we don't want to cause her more anxiety. That is not the goal. um but there's limited amounts of things that we can do because eventually we do just kind of run out of ideas. So if any of your kiddos have any of those sort of anxiety or sleep issues, and you have come across things that work really well for that, um, please share any advice, any positive, um, you know, advice would be very welcome, because it takes a whole village. And with modern child raising being the way it is, and as isolated as families have become, um, we have less of a village all the time. So, would greatly appreciate whatever advice that you guys have. But the kids are doing great. Um, the oldest is moving out. So we're super excited for her. She'll turn 19 next month. So it's time, and she's really excited. Obviously she's scared as well. Change is hard, but excited too. Um, and so that is also a good thing. Um, and yeah, we're all just, school's gonna start um in a couple of weeks, and you know that will be the start of a new school year for everybody involved, and we'll get back into our school routine. I don't know what that will look like for videoing and for content. Obviously, my goal is to continue the channel during the school year, um, but it may have to be, uh, you know, it may have to look a little different depending on what needs the kids have once the school year starts. So that is that. My husband's doing great. Loves his job. He's trucking along. I am struggling a little bit with the events. The whole the whole concept between or behind um, me kind of starting this channel and doing events, and is that I don't know anyone in my local community who has this hobby, or this obsession, or whatever we want to, call diamond painting, because let's be real honest, it does become an obsession. And um, I discovered pretty quickly that um, diamond painting is two hobbies in one. Uh, buying the diamond paintings, picking out your canvases, is an entirely separate hobby from doing the diamond painting. Um, but I digress. So I've committed myself to doing, several events. I want to do Oz and Og. I want to do Drills and Chills. Um, I will probably do the color theme for the month. Um, which actually, no, I think August is like beach. Um, and I don't have any beach canvases, and that's not a theme that interests me enough that I'm going to go out and buy a canvas for it. Um, I will look through my canvases, and if I have anything, awesome. If I don't, then I don't, and it's okay. But um, the the events, while they are amazing, and I have met, one or two people that I really enjoy, um, they're also starting to feel like I'm not being able to work on canvases that I want to work on right then. Um, and some of that might be me. I have more than a little bit of a defiant nature. And when somebody's like, oh, you should do this, that sort of automatically makes me want to do something else. And so even when it's myself, so even when I am the one to say, yeah, I'm going to do this event, I enjoy this, I want to do this, my brain kind of immediately goes, yeah, but what about these seven other canvases that you want to do, and they don't fit that theme, and it's getting in the way of you doing them. Um, so I think that what I might do is commit my commit in my own mind to myself that I will do one canvas per event for any event that I want to do. One canvas generally does not, require a full month's worth of my time. And it may during the school year, that might be a thing. Um, but um, if it does, I may reevaluate how I go about doing this. But in the meantime, I think what I might do is commit one canvas to each event and then spend the rest of my time working on those canvases that my mind is like, but girl, you want to do this. Like, this is exciting, this is new, this is different, this is intentional, this is, whatever. Um, and so that way I still have the opportunity to work on canvases that I really want to get to. Um, but I'm not spending all my time on event canvases, which are great. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy doing them, but I want to be able to work on the canvases that I have very intentionally picked out for myself as well. Because let's face it, that's how we got into diamond painting, was finding these canvases that we just really enjoyed and really want to do. And um, I don't want to lose that part of diamond painting, uh, to events. So I'm going to try that and see if that helps. And maybe it's just because, um, I've kind of got this goal in mind of um, going through and letting go, and by letting go I mean doing some of my stash canvases, getting those kind of dealt with and taken care of and completed, um, because you know that's why we got them in the first place. We should want to do them, um, and so um, I have this vision, and uh, oh no, um, like I want my Spangler wall up and things like that. And maybe I feel like I'm overcommitting myself, and not doing what I need to do to make those things happen. And I need to, the art wasn't created in a day, the art was not put out in a day. And maybe I need to, um, really take some stock in myself and say, hey, um, it's okay to slow down and enjoy doing these things. It doesn't have to be, oh, what in the nonsense? There we go. Um, it doesn't have to be something that's done immediately just because it's, a vision that uh, you have that you want to do. Um, so, and I tend to get a little impatient with myself and be like, why can't I do XYZ? And um, I'm not an overly fast diamond painter. Uh, I know that I certainly don't work as quickly as other people. Um, Good grief, Charlie Brown. There we go. And I'm okay with that, generally speaking. It does not. This isn't a race. I don't feel the need to measure myself by someone else's stick or anything like that. Um, but it is just, uh, somewhat disheartening when you see someone else have like all of these whips that they're like, oh, I've completed, these 7 canvases in this one month. And you're like, um, I was able to do one. And I'm not even working right now. Like, I don't know that I would complete one a month during the school year. At least not the larger sized canvases. So, um, those are just some of my thoughts, and they're not pressing and they're not horrible, and I'm not, sad or anything like that. I'm just at a point where I'm like, okay, I need to make some decisions on how I want to deal with this. Speaking of completions, you guys let me know in the comments, do you prefer one completion video a month where you see everything that gets completed? Or do you prefer, um, oh, somehow it got in there sideways. Okay. Or do you prefer seeing completions as they're done? Um, because I do have some smaller things that I completed, but I was kind of saving those up for one completion video at the end of the month. Um, but then I've been watching some other people's channels, and they have been doing like, hey, here's this thing that I got completed. Or, here's this off the canvas item, or here's this other thing. And they're just showing completions as they go. They are not necessarily doing full scale roundups. So let me know what you think. Do you prefer a once a month roundup, or do you prefer completions as we go? Either way, I am good with. I'm just kind of curious what other people think. Um, Guys, that's about all I have. I know that I said that the next video I put up would be me showing you how to dry mount a canvas. Um, but we've had some weather changes going through here. The heat's coming back and stuff. And for whatever reason, that is causing me to have some not so great pain days. I do have some chronic issues. Um, and sometimes the sometimes the pain is worse than others. And for, this weekend has just not been great for me. Um, so I just for the way that I dry mount, I do. Oh my lord! I think it's time to change my putty. Um, I do stand up to do that, and standing up long enough to do um, a dry mounting right now, and having to like stand over a counter, um, and that kind of thing is just, it would be a very, very painful experience for me right now. So I will get that dry mounting video up as soon as I have a better pain day. In the meantime, please do all the YouTubey things. Hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, leave me a comment. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Um, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Have the day that you deserve.